To make a really good, rich stock for chicken and noodles, you really need to have a very, very good, rich stock. If you don't have a good stock, then your chicken and noodles is not going to taste very good at all. And how I achieve a very good stock is in this pot, I have a little bit of vegetable oil, and I have 2 chicken legs. You can use any kind of chicken in this that you want. I just would recommend using bone-in chicken. Chicken thighs would be really, really good with this as well. I find that the darker the chicken is, like your legs, your wings, and your thighs, will give you a better flavor. So what I've done here is I've got 2 chicken legs, and I've browned those. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add carrot and celery. Now, I like the carrot and the celery in my chicken and noodles, but if you don't, you really do need it for your stock. So maybe cut big chunks of your carrot and your celery, and then you can take that out once your stock is done. So I'm going to put that in this pot. I would normally cut up some onion and add to this, but I don't feel like cutting up onions, so I am just going to use a little bit of the dehydrated onions and sprinkle that in. I also like a lot of black pepper and sage. I love sage. So I'm going to sprinkle some sage in there. You can add parsley. I don't have parsley, so I'm just, or you could also add, what is that called? Poultry seasoning to this as well. I am going to add a cube of this Knorr chicken bouillon, and I have another half of one here. I want to go ahead and use it as well. And add that to that. And then I'm going to add water because I do not have any chicken stock. So I'm going to add a little bit more water to this, and I'm going to cover this, and I will let this simmer on the stovetop for about 2 hours. After about 2 hours, I will take the chicken legs out, debone those, pull off all the meat, and during that time, I'll be tasting the stock itself to make sure that it's got a good flavor. It's got enough salt, it's got enough pepper. After that, then I'll bring this pot to a boil, and then I will add my egg noodles that I made homemade, and I will come back and show you the end result. My chicken cooked down for about 2 hours, and I removed the chicken legs and removed all the meat off of the bone. I've added my noodles that I made to the broth. I'm going to go ahead and get that covered back up, and those are going to cook for maybe 20-25 minutes, and then I'll check them for tenderness. And once they become tender the way that we like them, then I'm going to add this, which is just 1 can of cream of chicken soup, and I added a half, I took the the can that it came in, put milk in it halfway up, mixed it all together. Mashed potatoes are cooking, or I should say potatoes are cooking for mashed potatoes. And in this pan, I have a half a stick of salted butter because I'm going to make fried corn in that. So let me show you how I make fried corn. So tonight, I'm making homemade chicken and noodles. And I thought I was going to do some corn, but then I thought, you know what? I still have a couple of frozen corn that we froze last year from the garden. So I thought I would make some fried corn tonight. So what you do with a very sharp knife, you don't want to go all the way down to the cob. You just want to take off the tips of the corn, just the tip, just like this. You want to do this all the way around your corn. Once you've done that, then you want to go back in and you want to try to get as much corn as you can without getting cut in the cob. So as you can see, I've cut it now all the way to the cob. So I'm going to finish cutting all of these, and then I will show you how I fry this up. So here is the corn that I cut off the cob, and I'm just going to add that to my skillet that has half a stick of salted butter in there. I'm going to add some salt, and I'm going to add some pepper. Now you can add cream to this, just a splash of cream. If you like, make it a cream corn. I am not going to do that. So I'm just going to cook this down till most of the corn juice has cooked out. Now that our noodles are cooked and nice and tender, I add the chicken back in. And now I want to add that cream of chicken soup and milk mix. Give that a good stir. Let that cook maybe 10 more minutes. I'm going to mash these potatoes up. The corn is almost done. You can tell most of the water or the corn juices have cooked out of that. So let me finish this all up and I will come back for plating. Homemade chicken and noodles, mashed potatoes, fried corn, and chocolate cake for dessert. I want to make a dessert tonight, so I decided I'm going to make a chocolate devil food cake. Now, most people know this, but I am not a fan of cake. I don't care for cake, and I especially hate cake that has icing on it. I'm not going to show you how I make this. It's just a simple Betty Crocker cake mix. It's the only kind that I will eat, which is the devil's food. And I'm going to go ahead and get that baked. And I will come back and I will show you exactly what I do like on this cake, which is a really simple glaze, just using powdered sugar. So let me get this cake baked and I will show you how I glaze it. As soon as your cake comes out of the oven, you want to glaze that while it is still hot. So what I do is just take some powdered sugar. It doesn't take a whole lot because I don't want a thick glaze. I'd say it's about a half of a cup. Then I'm going to take just a little bit of water. It doesn't take much. And I want to start stirring that until it becomes a glaze and nicely mixed. And that's basically all I do. And then I just drizzle this all over my cake. Let me get a spatula. And just spread this all the way around. And it's going to seep down into this cake. And that is all. And that is how I like my cake. No icing, just a nice glaze.